You text me, I own a bakery and I work as a phone sex operator while baking cakes.
Yeah, dude. Since I'm up, I was just like, fuck it, we ball.
If you're a phone sex operator, you should be able to write your phone plan off on your taxes.
But I'm also on my parents' phone plan.
Do they know what you're using it for?
Hello.
Hi, what is your name?
Juniper.
Juniper. What's up, Juniper? It's the Gecko guy.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm literally getting fucking brisket sandwiches.
You're getting brisket sandwiches. I'm in my head. I'm like, I can tell that the excitement that I sense from you over the phone is significantly more related to the brisket sandwiches than it is to being on this phone call right now. And I am with you on that.
I mean,
I'm vicariously excited about the brisket sandwiches.
Yes and no.
Through you. Juniper, what's going on, dude?
Well, right now I can't find my husband's credit card.
Your husband? Why is your husband paying for the brisket sandwiches?
Because he's nice.
That's good. That's a good reason.
He's like basically my sugar daddy. Well, that's a box
cool.
of nerds.
He's your brisket daddy.
My brisket daddy. Yes.
He's your brisket daddy. That's cool. Damn, fuck. I haven't eaten all day. Maybe I'll get a brisket sandwich.
No, that's literally why we're getting brisket sandwiches right now. Is because I also haven't eaten all day.
I feel like I don't know if a brisket sandwich is a good, I'm no nutritionist, obviously, but I don't know if a brisket sandwich is a good way to start, right? Because, I mean, that's going to knock you on your fucking ass. You putting barbecue sauce on it?
Well, obviously.
That's so cool. Well, Juniper?
Yeah, Junie.
Junie. What's up, Junie? How you doing?
I am functional.
That's a blessing in today's
yes.
universe. Well, Juniper, it says here, you texted me, you wanted to say, I own a bakery and I work as a phone sex operator while baking cakes.
Yeah, dude. So I'm literally up until like the ass crack of dawn some days making cakes, right? Because it's just me. Like, I don't have like a staff or anything. It's just me. So, I don't know. I just kind of figured one day, I feel bad for the dude who's making my sandwiches and getting my sides and shit right now. He's just having to hear half the phone call. It's fine. But anyway, so yeah, no, since I'm like up in the odd hours of the night, I was just like, fuck it, we ball. Let's make some extra cash on the side here. I did this in college, just for like shits and giggles, and paid my rent pretty quickly and easily, and now here we are.
So you're like moaning into a phone while baking a Danish.
Yeah, dead ass. Like I have a Bluetooth headset. Like I just have like a
Wait,
I have a really I have like a fancy headset because the HVAC system at the kitchen is really fucking loud, and I'm not about to have like random dudes be like, why is there so much feedback? Because it's always like boomers and middle-aged people. Not always. It depends on the day. But
so I'm gonna take. Do you make more money doing the phone sex or the baking?
Well, I only started up doing that again like a week and a half ago. So jury's still out on that, but I'll update you. Come back to me in a month.
I guess the phone sex, there's not a lot of overhead. Although I think if you're a phone sex operator, you should be able to write your fucking phone plan off on your taxes.
Shit, you're so right. But I'm also on my parents' phone plan.
Do they know what you're using it for?
No, they have no idea.
That's funny. That's cool, man. So you own your own bakery. How'd you get into doing that? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've been doing that for a minute now. So how did I get into this? I don't know. I was just like always really liked baking, and I'm like really fucking good at, you know, making cool shit with frosting. And I also have a full-time job that I fucking hate. So, you know.
So you have 3 gigs. You're doing the phone sex, you're doing the baking, and you have another job. What's your other job?
I work in IT.
Oh, okay. Lots of 2 phone call related pursuits.
Literally. No, I was like, I might as well do a job that doesn't make me want to kill myself at the end of the day, and then one that's like way more entertaining.
Do you ever forget to turn off the phone sex voice when somebody calls you about their computer not turning on?
I have not run into that issue at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I do occasionally forget to answer the call as my IT persona whenever I'm taking calls about the bakery.
Right. Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, you use your IT persona in the phone sex, because that would also be funny.
No. Oh man. Oh man, that would not go well.
Okay, so you're doing a whole fucking hell of a lot, man. That's 3 gigs. And so how did you go about like starting this bakery? Like, is it a brick and mortar thing? Like, do you have a place? Like, you have like a location in a place?
Yeah, the brick and mortar place started. So I actually moved into it in like August. I was baking out of my house for years. It sucked. It was messy. Sorry if you heard that. I was thanking the brisket guy.
That's the sound of a bag of brisket sandwiches crumbling.
That is the sound of the brisket sandwiches. Hold on. Now we're going to traverse the parking lot, and it's cold and windy and shitty.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Is the goal to go full-time on the baking? Is that where the real passion lies?
Yes, because I am a creative girly. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're good. Hold on.
You didn't, please don't tell me you dropped one of the sandwiches.
No, I almost lost, stop me. Block my car. There we go. No, I almost lost some other stuff on my passenger seat. Trying to put the sandwiches on top of it, so we're good.
Now, okay, so what is your bakery? What's the like big magnum opus dish? What are you guys known for?
So I mostly just do cakes, but everything I make is dietary restriction friendly. So like everything I make is vegan, but then I'll do like, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of dye-free stuff recently because people don't want to give their kids dyes, which is, I guess, fair. But, you know, gluten-free, soy-free, sugar-free, etc.
Have you ever thought about, like, erotic cakes? That could be, like, mixing of your 2 niches?
I have done a few cakes that are not safe for work, for sure. I love those. Those are my favorites.
Well, that's cool. Is there any? I have so many. This is such an interesting trifecta of a life that you're living. Are you happy? Are you enjoying life? Or do you not? You mentioned not wanting to kill yourself. How are you doing on that?
Oh yeah, we're doing great. I'm on hella Zoloft, and you know, I also have a mood stabilizer because I have bipolar disorder. So fun stuff.
That's cool. This is, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I was thinking today. I was like, dude, if I died, it would take I think it would take a long time for anyone to like find me.
Rip. That would suck.
Let's go back to talking about cakes.
But I feel like people would be like, yo, why the fuck is the Gecko not streaming? And they would get concerned, you know?
Does anyone in the chat have any questions for Junie?
Yeah.
Someone asks, how do you have 3 jobs and be neurodivergent? I don't know if that's offensive, but I think they're saying it in like an I'm impressed way.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm also a wedding DJ, so
what the fuck? You're also how many fucking jobs do you have? You're like a Renaissance lady of Missouri.
And I'm a model part-time. Bonus.
You're
We're
a
doing all
model,
of the
wedding DJ, phone sex operator, baker, IT person.
Yes.
What does your husband think of the phone sex gig?
He didn't care.
What is your
he gets
best?
annoyed because like.
Go ahead.
He gets annoyed mostly because the calls will like interrupt my wife or whatever occasionally. So like, we'll be watching a movie like on the couch, and then I'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take this," and he'll be like, "Fuck, don't make the monies, but also fuck you."
Yeah, he probably thinks he's probably like, damn, she's on the phone. He probably thinks right now that the brisket sandwiches are late because of a phone sex thing.
Oh God, I forgot he was waiting on the sandwiches.
Nah, fuck him. Let's keep doing that. What's your best phone call story? That's what someone asked. Best or strangest?
Strangest. I'm still thinking about this one from the other day because I don't know. This one was just so wild because it was so out of the blue. I forgot I was even in like the phone sex queue because I was just like doing my own thing. Like I was like listening to the podcast and baking cakes. I was just like in the zone, and it was 2:17 in the morning, and I get a call, and it's this dude, and I shit you not, the call like ended almost as fast as it started. Like he was literally like just jerking off to pictures of my tits and telling me that he liked my tits. And I was just like, "Oh yeah, you like my tits?" And that was it. Like he came almost instantly. And now I wake up every other day to him just sending me money. He'll be like, "I hope you have a good day. Here's $5."
That's cool. Damn, wait, so all you hit him with was yeah, you like my tits, and that did the job?
Yeah, literally.
That's pretty cool.
It was the most bizarre thing. I loved it, but also I was just like...
Has anyone from real life called your sex line?
Not that I know of. They did. They used a fake name.
What is the most common fantasy from phone sex that you've seen?
I haven't really had any like... I guess the common like fantasy is that the person that they're talking to is their girlfriend or someone that they're going out on dates with consistently and often. I have a couple people. Like I said, I literally just started doing this up again like a week and a half ago, and I already have a couple people who are just like, we have an emotional relationship.
Are you getting calls from London?
No. Oh, God. No.
Okay, because you did a little, like, a British accent there just now.
I don't know. I do that sometimes where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like for emphasis or just like just extra oomph, I guess. I don't know. But I do that sometimes. Sorry.
Let me see if there's one last.
No one's ever
phone
acknowledged
call.
that before. There's also a facial expression that goes with it.
Well, look, a lot of people in the chat, they're saying you're an inspiration, and I agree. I think that's you're a modern day Renaissance woman. You're the woman living the busy life. You're like what's her face? Jennifer, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I hope that you continue to not want to die. I hope that you continue. You're living the Abraham Lincoln vision of whatever you are, be a good one. So keep rocking in the free world, Junie. Is there anything else that you wanted to say or about any of these gigs or about life or anything at all that we didn't cover? I feel like there's I don't know. Are you hiding a sixth job? Are you in the military
God,
too? What's up? Hit us.
No, fuck the military. I'm not doing that. Absolutely fuck that noise. No, I guess if anybody wants to try and search through the massive wave of phone sex operators, I'm on Night Flirt.
What is Night Flirt?
That's the service that I go through.
There like was a couple people in the chat being like, so not just asking for a friend. If anyone if you wanted to let us know where, you can plug if you want. Okay.
Night flirts, NITE flirts.
Well, Junie,
Hit me up.
Good
Juniper
luck.
May, bitches.
Enjoy your brisket sandwiches. You've earned them, and I will pray for you.
Oh my God, thank you. I love you,
Bye,
Jack.
Junie.
Bye.
I bet it's funny. I went to AVN like a year ago, and I interviewed this guy who like he's a straight dude, but like he'll do like sex work stuff for gay guys, and it's like I'm like I wouldn't do it myself. Not that I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I have wondered before. I'm like, how far could I get just doing? And I wouldn't talk in a sexy voice. I would do phone sex in the voice that I am talking in right now. Like, how far could I get being like, I want to touch your penis? Yes. That is a mighty fine penis. It sounds like you have there, sir. Like, could I make $15 doing that? I don't know. Maybe one day we'll find. If people stop listening to this podcast, that's what I'll do. Hey folks, this is Lyle. I am very excited to announce that I am going back on tour in 2024 to do Therapy Gecko live all across the country. If you've never been to one of my live shows before, they're basically like giant group gecko therapy sessions where people from the audience come on stage to talk to a gecko about whatever they want, just like we do right here on the podcast. Plus, I mix in a few stories and presentations and little tidbits from my own life. Tickets are available right now at therapygeckotour.com, or you can find the link in the episode description. I'm announcing many more cities in the second half of the year, but right now, tickets are on sale for Phoenix, Arizona, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Louis, Missouri, Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Miami, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Denver, Colorado, Syracuse, New York, Albany, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Las Vegas, Nevada, Salt Lake City, Utah, Nashville, Tennessee, Huntsville, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, San Jose, California, San Francisco, California, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. And you can get tickets for all of those cities at therapygeckotour.com. If you didn't hear me say your city, you can still go to the link and hit the RSVP button to get notified for when I do come to your city in the second half of the year. This is my third tour so far, and I think it's going to be sick. So I hope to see you there. Thanks.
Call from
Gage.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, is this the Gecko?
Yeah, is this Gage?
Oh, yeah, sweet. Sweet, I'm on. Oh, my gosh.
So, Gage,
I'll have the table
what's up, man? How's life?
Pretty good. Pretty dang good. You know, I made a pretty big move recently. I cannot lie. I moved from California to Louisiana.
That's not that
Southern
big of a
California.
move. I thought you were going to say you moved from California to, like, Uzbekistan or something. That would be a big move. California to Illinois or wherever you just said. That's not that bad. There's still... I mean, every state is the same. I've been to most of the states. I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to most of them. And they all are the same. I'm sorry. Well, maybe not exactly the same, but they all have the same gist. There's a
They all have
7-Eleven. There's people walking around. There's
They all got different vibes.
Sure. Okay. Well, Gage,
I would say
go ahead.
Louisiana
Go
has
ahead.
gotten a very happy vibe. Well, you know, being in the South, I guess I have not experienced the South too much. Anybody on the West Coast, I would highly suggest just getting out, just traveling. I think that's what you got to do. Experience some of the states.
Where did you move? Why did you move from California to Louisiana?
We can get pretty deep into it, but I'll just give you the gist of it. I was just paying a lot in rent. As soon as I turned 18, my brother was having me pay like $1,000 a month, and that was like covering everything. We're talking rent, electricity, but during that year, like to 2 years, there was like on and offs where I didn't have Wi-Fi. During the summer, I didn't have AC. And what really happened, what really went down is one year, my brother got a girlfriend, right? Completely blindsided me and decided to go on a trip to like Las Vegas with his girlfriend. And they went and they got married. And like when he came home, he's like, "Hey, this is your new sister-in-law." And I'm like, "What? What in the world?" Like my whole world kind of got turned upside down. She was living with us for a couple of years, so it was wild. But
Do you not like this person?
well, she just she was so new in my life. She wasn't. She like came in my life for like a week, and then she was permanently there. She was very childish. She had like a lot of what's the word? Just childish behaviors, She wouldn't talk to me that much. It was very strange. But I'm gonna cut down. This is gonna get real serious because I don't think I've heard anyone speak about this. But what happened was my brother and his girlfriend, they had a child together, and they went through the whole thing, right? Having a child, staying up late, changing diapers, arguing all night, like arguing, yelling with the baby in their hands type shit. So it got bad. And what happened one night was I was off at a friend's house. I came home, I pull up into my driveway, and there's like, I'm getting like shakiness in my voice. There's like 2 cop cars in front of my driveway. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And they're like, "Hey, you need to call your brother. You need to call someone. You don't know what's going on?" I'm like, no idea. So I call my brother. He talks to me on the phone. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry you had to hear this, but like, your little sister just passed away. Like, I'm at the hospital right now with Rose. We're trying to figure out what happened." And I'm just completely blown away. I like pull over to the side of the road. I'm like breathing heavy. I'm just like, whoa. Like, this is my brother's first kid. And I was, what am I, 20 now? So I was like 19. So it was just heavy on me. And so I stayed with my other brother who lived in San Diego also for a minute. Just a week, just to give him some space, him and his wife.
Hold on, one second here, man.
Yep.
You said your niece passed away? When you said little sister, you mean, was it your niece?
Yeah, I remember my niece. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's wild, man. Do you know what happened?
It was SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. It's just,
oh my God.
Yeah, something where she might have choked on the blanket or on spit or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was one of those just random horrific accidents that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I was living with my other brother for a week, and I had to take some time off. Once I came back, him and his wife, there's like I don't know the whole thing, but there's like a rate of divorce that happens when the baby passes away. It's just they're either going to stay together or they're not, and so they decided to split up. And it was so hard on my brother. He was like such a strong. It's like, that cliche of a man who never shows his feelings, who always is very what's the word here? He's
closed.
Closed.
Reserved.
He's very mechanical.
Reserved.
Yeah, he's very mechanical. He likes to think things in a logical way. That's the word I was looking for. He's very logical. So like when feelings are involved, he's very closed off. He doesn't open up. So that was like having him cry in my arms as I held him. Like,
right.
It shook me because he was always my rock, and seeing my rock like waver, and it was hard. But dude, that wasn't even the crazy. Like, that was one of the crazier parts. Like, also, while they were in Las Vegas, I had to bail him out of jail. I had to pay like $500 to a bail court.
It sounds as though to me that I'm very sorry to hear what happened to your brother, but it does sound as though to me that the relationship between them two dissipating sounds like it was for the best if they were fighting all the time.
No, it definitely was for the best, but it was one of those things. It affected me when I didn't think it would, and I kept telling myself, "This doesn't affect me. I'm strong." It's not my relationship, but when they're arguing every night, and like he would get like violent, but he never like would hit her. He would like push her, maybe like for some reason lay on top of her, like take her keys. Like one time, he's a mechanic, right? So he took off the wheel off her car so she couldn't leave the house. Like just like really weird, kind of messed up shit. That like it kind of doesn't seem messed up, but it is kind of fucked up.
Isn't that like That's like false imprisonment, right?
maybe I don't know.
Well, anyway, I'm not a lawyer, Gecko. I'm a gecko. So Gage, your brother is in this crazy toxic relationship. This horrible thing happens, and then you're like, I gotta just get the fuck out of here and move somewhere else.
Yeah. So the family in Louisiana, in New Orleans, actually, I helped them move here 2 years prior to this all happening, because they're living in San Diego too. But it's so expensive in California right now with the gas prices, property taxes, and all that. So yeah, they moved out here, and they have like a nice like 2-story house with a pond and backyard and stuff. And like while they were moving, they kept trying to ask me, because I've always been moving around between my brothers and living with like other people, that they're like, hey, you should come live with us. Like we have a family already, because they have an adopted family. They took me in, and it's been really nice. I mean, having to work straight from moving has been a little tough, because I had to start this construction job like a week in, but it's really good money. I'm making $20 an hour, and I'm working 5 days a week. So I can't complain, really. That's a lot better than what other people have out here.
So, all right. So you moved from California to Louisiana. You got your construction site job. Do you have any friends out there? Like, do you have a good community?
No, not really. I don't have any friends because I just haven't built anything. I haven't gone to any school. All the guys I'm working with are like 30s, 40s, 50s, construction job guys. So I'm just kind of alone in it. I got some family coming over for Christmas in a little bit, but other than that, I think it's just been just kind of alone in it.
Why'd you pick Louisiana of all places in the entire world?
Funny. So many people are telling me that. It's just because I didn't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay rent while I'm living with them right now.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're living with your extended family?
Yeah. They're like adopted family, right? They adopted me.
Okay.
I'm not related to them at all through blood.
Okay.
So,
are you?
Yeah, I just need.
Are you? What are your plans moving forward? Are you going to leave Louisiana?
Yeah, I haven't. I wanted to try it out. I think maybe feel like if you're going to stay here anywhere or stay any place, you got to at least maybe be there for a year or two. But I heard the heat is intolerable sometimes, and you're just sweating. Like it's that different type of southern heat. I don't know if you've experienced that, Gecko, but I got to experience a little bit when I came out here in July. It was hot. You can't escape. You can get wet, but it still clings back on you.
So are you still in contact with your brother at all? Do you still talk to him?
Nah, I cut off communication just because it was just too much. It was I just didn't feel like it. I felt like he could contact me if he wanted to, But I got a crazier one for you, Gecko. One I've been wanting to tell you for a while. Yeah.
Oh, this is like this isn't even what you wanted to talk about?
I mean, that was sort of what I wanted to talk about, but this is what I've originally been calling for.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, I'm originally from South Dakota. I was born on the reservation as a little Native American boy. My last name, I don't think anyone cares. My last name is Bad Heart Bull. So it's like 3 words, and my whole life everyone's been like, "Oh, you have such a cool last name, blah blah blah." And so let's see. In South Dakota, I was living with my mom and dad, right? My dad, he was just kind of like an alcoholic Native American guy. Like, he didn't have a real job. And it got to the point where he was like abusing my mom too much, to where my mom said, "Okay, I got to get my little boy out of here." So she decided to take a bus from South Dakota all the way down to San Diego. And that story was like, well, it wasn't too crazy, but we just lost our stuff halfway in Colorado. We were homeless for like a week. And then a really, really nice Samaritan, actually, with food stamps, he got us food and the rest of our ticket back to California. But I lost my Game Boy on the way, so that kind of sucks. But on the way, once we got to California, right, I didn't know this, but I had other brothers. Growing up, I was just me and my mom and my dad, and I didn't know. But once we got there, my mom had to take a cab from downtown San Diego to like inland. So it was like $100 cab fare. And we show up to the house, and my brother's not there, but all his roommates are. And his roommates have never met my mom, don't know what I look like, and they're like confused as shit. So they call the cops. And the cops get there, and my mom, she's schizophrenic and diabetic. And when we lost all our stuff, she also lost all of her medication. So she was kind of in and out with episodes. She had like schizophrenic episodes, and she just didn't know where she was, or just, I don't even know how we got there, to be honest. But I ended up falling asleep in the back of that cop car because I was just so tired. I had flip-flops on, some shorts, a tank top, and I woke up, and then we were in the hospital with my mom because she was getting medication. That's when I met my brother for the first time. And so my brother, his name's Nate. He's the one who ended up getting custody of me once my mom left, because he saw my mom and he knew that she couldn't take care of me. So it was just that time. Geck, I love you, man. I might have to end it short here, though.
Well, Gage, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Thanks for telling us about all this stuff, and good luck to you in the future, man. I'm sorry that your life has been filled with so much crazy stuff at such a young age, but you know, keep on, Gecko. You seem like a nice, sweet guy. I think hopefully you've paid your metaphysical dues to this universe, and it'll reward you at some point. I think it will.
I hope so, Geck. I sure hope so. I'm gonna keep on going. You know, try to spread the positivity and keep going. Really, that's all you can do, man. Take every day as another chance to keep fighting for what's right.
All right. Well, take care, Gage. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Geck. Have a good one.
Geck?
Hey, who's this?
Chuck, how are you?
Chuck, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty okay right now, man. What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about how I got a guy out of jail that was wrongly convicted of murder.
Wow. What are you how'd you do that? What are you? Are you a cop? Are you a lawyer? Are you
Dude, listen to this. I was an intern. It was literally crazy. I was an intern.
Tell me more.
Yeah, man. So I was interning at this law firm because I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, right? And they just had me do like paperwork and shit. And then one day, some dude sent in a letter about how he was in jail for this murder he didn't commit. And they took the case on pro bono and were like, "Yeah, bro, you're here, so like you might as well help out with the case." And I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, like had to like meet this dude in prison and like look at all the autopsy pictures and like all this crazy shit.
Wow. Well, so he was wrongly accused of murder.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dude, so like the story is that they robbed a Taco Bell and then like murdered this woman, but it was the guy that was with him. But the like police department was corrupt, and the lady who was interrogating the guy who actually did it sucked the dude's dick in the interrogation room.
What?
And then the police department didn't want to have that press out, so they convicted the guy who was wrongly imprisoned, so like bad press didn't get out.
Wait a minute. Okay, who sucked whose dick in the interrogation room?
All right, the interrogator sucked the person who actually did it. He confessed in the interrogation room. The interrogator said, "This is the last piece of ass you're ever gonna get." Sucked his dick, and it was the granddaughter of the chief of police.
Dude, you're bullshit. There's no way that happened.
No, dude, straight up. So they convicted the guy who actually went to jail, which was his buddy that was with him.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna explain this from how I understand it. So a guy murders someone,
right?
And then he gets interrogated, and the interrogator says, "You're going to jail, and this is the last piece of ass you're gonna get," and then sucks his dick, and then because the police didn't want the press of that coming out, they let the guy go and imprisoned someone else?
Yeah, because the interrogator was the police chief's daughter, and it was obviously when I was working on it, it was 15. It was 15, 20 years. So it was all really shitty recordings, and
this happened in the 2000s.
Yeah. So all the recordings are really bad and really choppy, and the recordings got put into evidence 4 days after they were recorded. So they obviously altered it so you couldn't hear anything with the interrogation.
Well, goddamn,
dude. Yeah, it was cool. I mean,
it was cool. Okay. Did it ever come out? Did the story ever come out?
So, once he got out, he was kind of just so he had a daughter. So he's in jail for 20 years. So I had to teach him how to use an email, how to make an email. And,
okay. What happened to the guy who got a blowjob? Did he go to jail?
No, nothing. Because he was already tried. I mean, from what I understand, like I said, I was an intern, but yeah, he didn't go to jail because they didn't have any DNA evidence because they didn't have anything on him because obviously they altered the voice recordings and shit.
That's fucking bizarre, man.
Dude, isn't that crazy?
Wow, what a summer internship.
Dude, I was 19, doing all this crazy shit. I didn't know what I was doing.
What are you doing now?
I work in sales now.
Okay. I'm still having trouble. I know people. I know people say all kinds of outlandish things on here, and I typically believe them. But this one, I'm not.
Lyle, I wouldn't lie to you.
I don't think you would lie to me.
Lyle, hear me out. So, yeah, dude, the whole thing was crazy. But the part about the interrogator and stuff, the issue is too, everyone's dead now. The chief of police is dead. The cops that arrested him they're dead. So there's not really any, besides some choppy voice recordings and what he said, there's not really any any way to prove it, which is why he's not in jail.
Well, shit, man. What do you sell now?
I sell TV ads.
You sell TV ads? It's so much more boring than what you just described to me.
Dude, so much more boring.
Do you like life?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I saw you in Charlotte. That was pretty lit.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was lit. That was a good time. Oh, I'm so happy that the callers are organically mentioning my live shows so that I can get people to buy tickets to them. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Gecko, how are you?
How am I? Bro, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm a little I don't know. I feel weird. I feel weird airing my shit. It's so weird because like I've been thinking about this a lot. I feel it makes me like when I talk about things that are wrong, that are going on with me in my personal life. I am like, oh, I'm like putting myself out there, and maybe I'll regret that one day. But I don't like. Part of me, to my core, is like I should be open about my life. Like, what do I have to? Who gives a shit? So what? Like, what am I? So people know that I'm a little sad. What does that affect me negative, or people can use that against me? I don't know. What's the point of hiding? Or maybe it just feels weird to me to like use this podcast as my personal therapy, but maybe that's helpful to people who are listening, and that's a worthwhile reason to do it. So I don't know. I'm neurotic about it, but I don't know. I think I'm being a baby, to be honest. I think when all's said and done, I was on Reddit yesterday. I was like really depressed yesterday, and then I went on Reddit and I saw this post about this guy who just got put in a wheelchair, and I was reading it and I was like, oh, I'm fine. You know what I mean? I'm just being a baby, right? Like nothing close to any of the worst possible things that could happen to me, like a serious injury or death of the family or sickness has happened to me, and I'm fine. Whatever, I think I'm being a baby.
I mean, I've seen a lot of really happy people in wheelchairs, Gek.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess you can still play basketball.
Yeah, ball out, do some tricks. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're allowed to be bummed out.
What does that mean, though? I don't like when people say like when people say like it's okay to be sad. Like, what is that? That doesn't mean any. What does that fucking mean?
I mean,
what does that fucking mean? What do you mean it's okay to be sad? That means nothing.
I'm saying like you don't have to compare yourself. Like just because you're on a podcast like helping people out, you don't have to like be like, oh, this person has it worse than me. I'm not allowed to be bummed out.
No, but that's not. It's not about. The reason I don't like the phrase "it's okay to be sad" or like, because it's not about like. There's nothing. I don't need permission from anyone to feel feelings. Like, I'm allowed to be allowed by who, by what force, by what person, by there's no. I don't need permission to feel my feelings. There's no organization or entity that I need a stamp of approval on my emotions for. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like when I talk about like, oh, there's kids dying in the streets and people in wheelchairs and stuff. That's me thinking like, it's me trying to change my perspective and be grateful for the things in my life that are going well, because that's all you fucking have really is your perspective. Like the mind can make a hell out of heaven and a heaven out of hell, right? Because like you could be living in a really awesome life. I'm living a really on paper cool life, but my perspective and my brain is like just downer. And that's a function of my own perspective. And you could have a kind of a shitty life. I've talked to people who have like kind of shitty lives, but they are just happy to be like alive at all. Like their perspective and their brain is good, and so that's what informs their state of being more than anything else. And so, like, I hate the whole "you're allowed to be." That doesn't make any sense. It's like when people. Well, I've been thinking about this a lot because this is another Reddit thing. Like I read "Am I the Asshole?" You know, you ever read "Am I the Asshole?"
Yeah.
Like people talk about like oh, you're valid in your feelings, right? I guess I get what that means, right? You're saying like according to the normal baseline of what is considered rational by society and rational by the opinion of other sane human beings? Am I rational in my feelings? That makes sense, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
When I think about it like that, maybe that's what allowed to be sad or okay to feel away means. But it still just makes me think of like some kind of like authority or something that I'm trying to appeal to, which doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it could be worse. I mean, you could be imprisoned falsely for murder.
Yeah, while the other guy gets a blowjob and runs away.
I know, what a shitty deal, man.
But yeah, I guess that's how I feel good right now because I'm dressed kind of. I'm in a gecko suit, but I'm alive and awake and speaking words, and I'm not. Yes, I woke up at. Okay, but this is the last I'm gonna talk about myself, and then we'll take another call. But I woke up in the middle of the night yesterday, and went to the bodega down the street from me, and I got a Yoo-hoo, and I was like a crack addict. I like got a Yoo-hoo, and then I went back and I drank it outside of the bodega, and then I just I kept going in the bodega and back out. Like I went in and out and in and out, just like looking at the treats.
Of course.
And being like, should I get another treat? And I didn't get another Yoo-hoo, but I wanted one. And I stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and so that's how I'm doing. That's my answer to your question.
Okay, that's fair.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Yeah. You judge yourself by your intent and everybody else by their actions.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very true one. I could go on a whole rant about that, but I won't. We'll save it for another call. Take care, buddy. Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, who is this?
this is Wendy.
How old are you, Wendy?
I am 21.
Rock and roll. Wendy. What's
Yes.
going on, Wendy? How's life?
Well, it's been a bit stressful.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I've been hiding my relationship with my boyfriend from my dad for almost 5 years. And
Okay.
I'm afraid to tell him.
Why have you been hiding this relationship?
Well, my dad, he's kind of like, he's very, very strict. And, well, he doesn't let us go out anywhere. It all started when, I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
No, don't worry about it.
But when I was in high school in 2017, I met this guy, and we hit it off really well. And I started texting him. We started talking. And then in 2019, he asked me to be his girlfriend, so I said yes. And he lives an hour away from me, and I used to sneak out, like...
Can I
in the
ask
middle of the
how
night to go
old this
see
guy
him.
was?
At the time, when I was 16, he was 18.
Okay. That's not that big of a deal. Okay. And then you've been keeping this from your dad because he's strict?
Yes. And he's also, like, verbally abusive.
Do you live with him?
No, but he's in the process of moving out, and I am almost done with my college. I just have a year and 9 months left, and I'm afraid if I tell my dad that, hey, I'm moving out, you know, he's going to hold a grudge on me, and he's not going to want to communicate with me anymore.
Well, listen. Okay, so you're finishing up college very soon, you said?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have a job lined up? Do you have a way to financially support yourself? I feel like I sound like Dave Ramsey.
For now, I work at a hotel. I'm a housekeeper.
Okay, great. Okay, so you have the means to move out of your dad's house.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And look, here's the thing. If you're an adult and you're 21, and you're living with your dad, is making your life suck. I see why you would want to move. I mean, are you afraid that he won't want to talk to you anymore if you move?
Yeah, 'cause there was this thing happened between my sister and him. They had some kind of conflict. She's 19, and I guess they had like this huge argument, and my sister literally just walked out.
Okay.
And then she cut communication off with her.
I don't know your dad. I'm not gonna pretend like I know your dad, but like your parents are not allowed to possess you, especially when you're an adult. They're not allowed to possess you. They're not allowed to get, it's weird for them to get upset and weird when you go out and try to live your life. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why your dad's the way he is. I'm not going to pretend like I know about any of this shit. But, like, your dad wanting to not talk to you because you are no longer under his control financially and living in his house is his problem. I mean, you, as an adult with a job, are endowed with the privilege of living your own fucking life, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, Wendy, but I think in general it's probably a good idea to take advantage of that endowment and go live your own life.
What if he says no? Will I just keep my relationship a secret?
What if your dad says no to you moving out?
Yeah.
Wendy,
because
your dad...
I don't want him to hold a grudge against me. I want him to be at my wedding. If we ever get married.
Wendy, your dad can't say no to you moving out. You're an adult.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear about this, but dude, I wish you luck in trying to take control of your own life.
Should I just
I
tell
think it's
him
a
the
worthy
truth?
thing to do. Tell him the truth?
Yeah, like everything at once. Like, hey, Dad, I've been hiding a 4-year relationship, and I'm gonna move out.
These are good things, though, Wendy, and it's your dad's problem if he doesn't want to be happy for you. You're an adult. You have a job, you have a relationship that makes you happy, and you're going to go out and be an independent human being. These are all good things, Wendy. I don't want you to be looking at them as bad. These are all good things. It makes me very sorry to hear that your dad has caused you to frame them as bad. But you can't control what other people do, but at a certain point, I think you just gotta stand up to him and be like, you gotta go live your own life, Wendy. I'm like, these are not bad things. These are not shameful things.
You're right. I'm gonna just tell him tomorrow. Fuck it.
Okay. Good luck, and it'll probably be difficult at the beginning, but as you get older, I think it'll be easier, and you'll be glad you did.
Yeah. Thank you, Gecko. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Have a good night, Wendy.
Thank you. Bye.